We are going over one activity together, and we're going over, and y'all are doing two activities. Actually, you're doing one activity on your own, and you need to complete anything else from the week that you haven't done. So, that being said, let's go over activity 2. Coach Price is trying to make me laugh while I'm on the Zoom. It's not very nice. All right. Where was I at? Modules. There we go. So let's go to the module. Let's look at 1.02, activity 2. Is that what it said? I'm getting lost myself. That's 2.01. Oh, what a day. Oh, it jumped. That's why. What's going on? There we go. That's weird. All right, so we're going to go over activity 2 together. And then you will have to do activity 3 on your own. It's a little long, so you have plenty of time to do it now, and I'll probably give you a little bit of time on Tuesday to make sure you're finished. But really, this is all you have to do today. So, and just make sure you see that you only have to pick one of these, so it's not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and go over that one assignment together. All right. So Joe Short was caught. I need to do one other thing before I really get started. I'm sorry. I'm kind of out of sorts. It's always after lunch that I'm out of sorts, it feels like. I want to have the 100% correct explanation here. Should be this one. Yep, cool. So Joe Short was caught breaking into Central Elementary School in Edenton, North Carolina. Joe has stolen several laptop computers and was on his way out of the school with the property when he was arrested. After Joe was arrested and processed by the police, what were his next steps in the court and trial process? So scenario 1, I'm just going to go over the answer with you. Joe would go before the magistrate for initial hearing and bail. Joe would go before a judge for arraignment and probable cause to have the case sent before a grand jury. Joe's trial, either by judge or jury. So that's kind of the steps that he would take, and then we'd go through those steps we talked about yesterday. So poor Joe Short was convicted in Superior Court, but he and his attorney appealed the conviction. Where was the case appealed to? And you need the exact name. What type of things can Joe's appeal consist of? If his appeal is denied, does Joe have any other appeal open to him? If so, what is his next appeal step? So Joe's case would be appealed to the NC Intermediate Court of Appeals. Joe's appeal can only consist of questions of law, or trial procedure. There is no testimony or evidence presentation to the panel of judges. So we can't go back over and decide if he was guilty or not guilty based off the evidence. It has to be strictly based off of, was the law broken in the trial procedure, or was the trial procedure not held the way it was supposed to be? If Joe's appeal was denied, he could possibly appeal to the NC State Supreme Court. It probably wouldn't get there if it was denied already, but occasionally it happens. However, this court might not review the case unless there was an obvious error of interpretation of law that had not been recognized. So again, like I said, it most likely isn't going that far. So that's basically it. All right. So that was one activity I want to go over with you. The next thing you're going to be doing is going over these landmark cases, Marbury versus Madison, Gideon versus Wainwright, which we watched the video on, and Miranda versus Arizona, and that'll be about your Miranda rights. So moving forward from there, that's really all you have to do today. It's really not too hard because it's literally only 7 questions, 8 and 6, but some of these questions are a little bit more difficult depending on which one you're doing. So just keep that in mind, and you might have to do a little research. The websites sometimes don't work. I think these websites have gotten a little older. That one's still working. That one's still working. And that one's still working. Okay, so you're good. If you need to do any more research, though, you're welcome to do that. So no worries there. Let's see. So activity 2, you don't have to worry about because we just did it together. And if you look at it, you can see it's worth 0 points. And it's published, but it's not a grade. So we just did that together. That's all. All right. That being said, are there any more questions for me? Anything else y'all need to ask or anything?
We only have to pick one like of these things, right?
Yeah. So
All right, cool.
I'll show you again one last time to be sure. Yeah, you would pick either Marlboro versus Madison, Giddey versus Wainwright, or Miranda versus Arizona. So you don't have to do all three. You only pick one. All right. Well, I'm going to leave the Zoom on. Y'all are welcome to stay. Y'all are welcome to leave. I will say have a great long weekend. Obviously, nothing on Monday. That is MLK Day. So, yep, that's basically it. So, enjoy your long weekend. Don't worry about this. Work on this for a little hour or so. If you don't finish it next week. No worries. I don't assign homework, so don't worry about it. All righty. You too, bud. All right.